and the sky grew dark and cloudy, and the rain and wind were summoned together and became a typhoon. And Maria could be seen in the rose garden, paying no mind to the rain that had started falling, going around in circles, searching for that single rose, which she had surely marked. Alright, well, I already solved the mystery of the rose before, so this ain't a biggie. It is also nice that we're getting straight to the point here, and we are avoiding the whole conflict with Rosa and Maria. I mean, that's nice. Maria definitely remembered that. That rose had been in the flower bed right here, and yet it wasn't. She didn't know what to do with her irritation at not being able to find something which should have been there. And moaning bitterly, she couldn't help but keep going back and forth in circles around the same spot. She was acting almost as though she would be able to see it if she looked at a different angle. But try as she might, there was no way she would find something that wasn't there. The wind grew increasingly stronger, and the rain turned into cold, large drops. There was no way Maria wasn't bothered by this. However, if she couldn't find her rose here, it would surely disappear forever. Maria believed that. That feeling spurred her on to keep searching for a rose that she had no chance of finding. Just then, the cold drops of rain that were tormenting Maria were suddenly blocked. Maria raised her head. When she did, she saw that the umbrella was open, protecting her from the rain. And the one holding out the umbrella was the witch she admired, Beatrice. Okay, well, she's basically repeating the same supposed scenario from the first game. Well, you know what? Just because I'm seeing this moment with my own non-existent eyes and all, doesn't mean that I will accept that that it was Beatrice as well in the first game. Maybe it was her, or maybe Maria misunderstood and it was someone else disguised as Beatrice. That or Maria is in cahoots with the human killer. But fine. For this game, you're gonna be the one to give Maria the umbrella and the letter. Whatever. Go on.
このような雨の中、何を必死になっているのよ。体を冷やせば風邪をひくこともあろう。魔女ため、自らの健康も気遣いたいものよね。
マリアのね、バラが見つからないの。おお。何度探してもね、ここにあったはずなのに見つからないの。
Maria told Beatrice about how there had been a slightly unhealthy, pitiful rose, and that she was sure they had marked it.
それが見つからぬと。そなたも魔女の見習いならば、魔法にてバラを探してみるという。目だけで探そうとするうちは、それにははるかに及ばぬであろうね。
見つけられない。マリアも頑張って魔法で探そうとしてるけど見つけられない。
魔法の修行にはちょうど良いかとも思う。この風雨はそなたには少しきつかろう。わらわが特別に力を貸してやる。弟子の身を案ずるのも師匠の役割だからね。
ありがとう、ベアトリーチェ。
Maria's face, which had been full of sadness until just now, split open into a grin. Maria knew. She knew that there was nothing Beatrice's magic couldn't do. So So she was sure that Beatrice would easily be able to find the rose that she couldn't find herself. Beatrice closed her eyes lightly, acting as though she was listening for something in all this rain, in all this wind and rain. Then she heard it, opened her eyes, and spoke.
商業無常よね。残念だな、マリア。この風雨にそなたのバラは耐えられなかったらしい。
それじゃマリアのバラは
風雨に散り、すでにこの世のものではない。
Yeah, uprooted by the wind. Yeah, right. What Beatrice had said was certainly plausible. There was nothing odd about the floor being broken off at the stem in this strong wind. However, Maria couldn't accept this, and bitterly gave a low-pitched moan.
やだ。やだやだやだ。マリアのバラなの。マリアのバラが帰ってこないと嫌だ。マリアの魔法で生き返らせる。ベアトリーチェ、魔法でバラを蘇らせるのを教えて。
無限の魔法の秘術。そなたごとき見習いにはまだまだ早いわ。身の程を知れ。
Endless magic. Yeah, I think that with information it tells us that, well, the rose is truly dead. Like, right inside this, inside the pot of stew. Like, that Godai is making. Because if it wasn't then the rose is surely flying somewhere, and Beatrice would totally be able to do that, even without the endless magic of sorts. But from what I understood, the endless magic is something that can be used. It's a really powerful magic that can be used on the dead as well, to revive and such. Maria wiped the tears from her eyes, full of regret. Seeing that expression, which so invited pity, Beatrice shrugged her shoulders and chuckled.
よかろう。バラを蘇らせる秘術。わらわが力を貸してやろうぞ。
本当？
ではそなたの心の力を集中させるがいい。目を閉じ、雨を忘れ、風を忘れ、航行するバラの魂を心の目で探すのだ。
Maria closed her eyes. Then, she repeated Beatrice's poem-like words.
さあさあ、思い出してごらんなさい。バラよ、そなたがどんな姿をしていたの？
さあさあ思い出してごらんなさい。バラよ、そなたがどんな姿をしていたのか。
見るの、聞くの、そして信じる。肉の檻に閉じ込められし魂の力を解放する。そう、よいぞ。
Around Maria, who was concentrating her power, her eyes tightly shut, small golden butterflies began to dance. Was this the manifestation of the magical power Maria held?
さまよいしバラの魂、今一度集い、そしてその姿を思い出すがいい。さあさあ集えよ。
The glitter of gold butterflies began to straighten, and the numbers increased. Then, Beatrice raised a finger up to the skies, and it began to gather at the tip of that finger. And this was the miracle of the golden magic. And the gold butterflies began to condense into a single dazzling grain of gold. There was a single seed, glittering gold. It sat on the tip of Beatrice's finger, budded into a golden sprout, and opened into a golden leaf. It then slowly fell from the fingertip, sank into the mud of the flower bed, and began to grow steadily. Maria, who admired magic and witches, must have really wanted to see this fantastical sight. However, as an apprentice, Maria was still not qualified to see it. No, she was probably afraid that, if she opened her eyes to look, the power of her heart's concentration would be interrupted, and the magic would be lost. Therefore, it was Beatrice, the one permitted to lay eyes on the golden miracle, who was the one and only witch, and the master of many miracles. Then, the fully grown rose bloomed, creating one golden flower. And when Beatrice poked it with her finger in just the right way, the gold-colored sparkle scattered, just as if a golden soap bubble had popped, and what remained was a single beautiful rose. Huh. I'm gonna give it a C+. Good presentation. And Mr. Rose is back, so it is nice. I'll give you that.
だがこのままでは他のバラたちに混じってしまい区別がつかなくなってしまうというものよ。もう一つサービスしておくか。
Beatrice, for the sake of her cute apprentice, witch, who was mourning even more now in concentration, decided to cast one more little spell. She snapped her fingers, and a single gold butterfly appeared, fluttered around, and landed on the flower that had just been revived. Then, it suddenly burst open and disappeared, becoming golden lace and marking the rose.
これでよかろう。マリア、もう目を開けてもよいぞ。
ほう、バラはどこ？ない。
そっちではないぞ、こっちだ。ほれ、金モールで印をつけておいてやったぞ。
はあ、本当だ。すごい。ベアト、ありがとう。マリアも早く魔女になりたい。ベアトみたいな大魔女になりたい。
なれるとも。かつてのわらわもまた。そなたのように無邪気にそれを望み、至ったのだ。
Maria was ecstatic over the revived rose, clapping her hands and jumping around in joy. Watching that, Beatrice also smiled, looking fairly pleased. Now, if I try, I can break or repair our new soul, not just that of a rose, and kill and revise as I please. So, the barrier created by the storm has closed Okenjima off from the real world. Now is the time of the Golden Witch, the Endless Witch, Beatrice to descend. Beatrice pulled from her pocket an envelope with the family crest, the one-winged eagle, and gave it to Maria. Maria frolicked around at being selected to be the witch's messenger.
さーて金蔵、そなたの遊びに再び付き合いに来たぞ。わらわの準備はすでに万端よ。そなたの方はどうなのか。今宵のゲームにかけるコインの用意は十分であろうな。
無論準備は十分であるぞベアトリーチェ。 駒はふんだんに用意したぞ。備えも心構えも十分だ。さあアンティを支払おうではないか。そなたに授けられ、最後にはそなたに全て返すべきものだ。さあ受け取れ。
Kenzo flung the window of his study wide open, took off the reasonably large golden ring which had been on his finger, and threw it into the darkness of the raging wind and rain. That ring was struck by lightning, and after twinkling gold for an instant, disappeared. Kenzo watched it go, grinning broadly and fearlessly.
負ける気はせぬぞ。お前は私のものなのだ。永遠に。
The ring that Kenzo had thrown became a single gold butterfly and fluttered around in the wind and rain. He headed for the rose garden, almost as though he was being guided there. Then found the figure of the golden witch and fluttered down. When it arrived right in front of Beatrice, it burst in a flash of gold and returned to its original form of a ring, flipping up into the air. It seemed as if it would simply fall back down into a puddle of water, but suddenly it stopped in midair, almost as if some transparent person had caught it. Somehow, this seemed unexpected even to Beatrice. However, she soon realized who it was, and grinned broadly at it. What? Well, she did. The figure of the person who had caught the ring began to fuzzily appear. Whoa! I surely did not expect this to happen. Who is this? It was the figure of a young man wearing a butler's uniform, embroidered with the one-winged eagle crest. One-winged eagle? What? Is this the new 19th person that will play in this game? Instead of human Beatrice? There was no man like this among the servants who served the Ushinomiya family. Even so, Beatrice laughed as though it was someone else she remembered fondly.
Ronove か。
Ronove?
ずいぶん久しぶりになるな。わらわのことを覚えておったとは。そなたはつくづく忠義に熱い男よ。
長いご無沙汰を頂戴しておりました。このロノフへ、お嬢様にお仕えしていることを忘れた日など、ただの一日もございませんよ。それよりも、お嬢様にこそ、私をお忘れになられたのではないかと、ヒヤヒヤしておりました。何しろ、お嬢様は大層忘れっぽくていらっしゃいますので。
Hey, hold on. So he's a servant of yours, Beatrice? Okay, well, first of all, hi, nice to meet you. Second, you're telling me that you have a male servant? Well, I mean, it is refreshing. I was starting to question if all of the magical beings involved were witches and girls, and this was all like a revenge plot against male misogyny or something.
なるほど。確かにわらわは忘れやすいようだ。そなたの皮肉を聞くまで思い出せぬとはな。
お嬢様、これを。
With an exaggerated yet elegant gesture, he bowed respectfully and held out to Beatrice the head ring that he had just caught.
後ろ宮金蔵より返還されました。後ろ宮家当主の指輪でございます。指輪は再び主のもとに。
金蔵によるゲームの開始宣言、確かに受け取ったぞ。
さて、今宵はどのようなお遊びになさいましょうか。
Wait. Hold on. That name, Ronove. I mean, I just remembered now. I'm definitely gonna have to check the Goetia and see if his name is there. I mean, it definitely feels like he might be one of the 72 demons, like helping Beatrice. I mean, Beatrice did say that she has 72 demons at her disposal. He could be one of those.
早速、ルーレットをご用意いたしましょうか。それとも、まずは紅茶をご用意いたしましょうか。
どちらにしようか迷うが、とりあえずそなたの挨拶が必要であろうな。あやつめ、開いた口が塞がらぬというような顔をしているに違いないぞ。なあ、バトラー。
はじめまして。自己紹介をいたします。ベアトリーチェお嬢様のおそばにてお使いしております。ロノウエと申します。
Okay then. Let's see. Ronove, one of the 72 great deep. Yep. I was thinking that. Serves a master in exchange for various forms of compensation. Presently has a contract with Beatrice as her butler, the head furniture. So he is the boss furniture. Has multiple underlings trained in housekeeping, and he himself is extremely capable as a butler. Employing him has become a kind of a status in the high society of witches. Furthermore, the cookies he bakes are superb, and witches will often line up to demand them. Oh my. I can definitely see it. Like, Beatrice is probably the first in line, followed by Lambda Delta, and then there's also Baron Castel. And the Stakes too, and possibly other witches that exist out there. She possesses enormous magical power, but as he always shows difference to his master, his power level is an unknown quantity. Okay. The first demon out of the 72. Very interesting. Very interesting.
どうぞよろしくお願い申し上げますよ。
ほらな。開いた口が塞がらないという顔であろう。
当たり前だろ。またこんなわけのわかんないやつが出てきやがった。ヤギ頭が盆踊りを始めるのかとぼやいたら、ヤギ頭がうようよ現れて、太もも姉ちゃんたちが7人も出てきて、その上今度は執事まで出てきやがった。わけわかんねえよ。もういい加減にしやがれよ。
ところでバトラー、気づいていたか？こやつとそなたの対面だが、これが本当の悪魔の証明であることを気づいたかな？
In the sense that he is an actual demon?
悪魔の証明だと？どういう意味だよ。
こやつはこう見えても72柱に名を連ねる生粋の悪魔でな。
Yeah. Definitely gonna have to check the Goetia soon enough. Well, this is nice. But I'm still waiting to see where that Gap demon is. It has to be that... He has to be hiding inside Nanjo. Am I right? It has to be.
つまりわらわは悪魔を直接連れてきて、まさにその存在を証明してみせたわけだ。ロノウェは地獄に爵位を持つ序列27位の大悪魔よ。
The 27th.
なかなかに使える男でな。高級で召し上げてわらわの世話をさせておるのだ。
ご紹介いただけまして光栄です。地獄の貴族に名を連ねと、今は卑しい人間の分際で悪魔も裸足で逃げ出すような大魔女であられる ベアトリーチェ様の家具頭として使える身ですよ。
実に使える男なのだが、何しろ口のヘラのやつでな。時に主への敬いを忘れるのがたまに傷よ。
言葉遣いに関しましては契約書から漏れておりましたもので、そのように契約を変更いたしますか？
わらわも退屈せぬからそれでいい。
Beatrice turned her back to him, cackling. Okay, so, Mr. Ronove, what are you gonna bring to the table? I mean, what should we expect out of you? After bowing once to her back, Ronove turned back to Butler and stuck out his right hand, showing off an innocent smile. Normally, this would mean that he was asking for a handshake.
何の真似だよ。
私もお嬢様のわがままに振り回されている身です。その意味では私たちは良き友人になれるかと思いますよ。これは友情の握手です。
え？あれ？
もちろん悪魔の契約の締結を意味するものではありませんのでご安心を。
悪いが俺はあんたの主と大喧嘩の真っ最中でね。俺が敵と握手をするのは雨の校庭でぶちのめし合って互いがボロボロになって交わす青春ドラマみたいなシチュエーションの時だけさ。覚えておきな。
なるほど。
Wait a minute. Hold on, no, hold on. I mean, that name sounds familiar, like, not from Goetia, but I feel like I heard it before. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Can I... No? Hold on. Can I switch to the human side? No? What the hell? I cannot switch to the human side? Are you kidding me? Why not? Jesus Christ. Okay, let me just check the phone then. Hold on. Like, I have like a list over here of voice actors over here. I think my phone. Ronove Genji. I knew that name sounded familiar. Like, Genji's other name was Ronove, which sounds awfully familiar to Ronove over here. Now I see it. It all makes perfect sense. No wonder Genji was acting so normal, even in front of demons and witches, at the end of the banquet. You were inside him! Or you are disguising yourself as Genji, like helping Beatrice at any point you want. Like, if I need to go even further, that theory I had before about Rosa being in cahoots with an actual killer servant like Genji, it may actually be true. And it... I mean, it feels too good to be true, so... that can't be it, can it? Yeah! Well, whatever the case is, I'll keep my eyes on you though. Like, maybe I'm right, maybe I'm not. I am seeing some pattern over here. I can see it.
バトラ様と握手を交わすには十分な雰囲気作りとふさわしい場。そして心に響く甘い言葉と肉体言語の交わし合いが必要ということですね。
あれ Wait, what?
機会を見てその場を準備いたしましょう。私めもそういうシチュエーションは大好きでございますよ。
Oh my. Oh my. Laughing tauntingly, Ronove whispered that to Balor, with his face so close that their noses were almost touching. Oh my. Balor, his face turning red after getting so close to another one of the same sex, pushed him away.
気色悪い野郎だぜ。なるほど。ベアとの執事にぴったりのやつだ。
お褒めの言葉を賜れまして光栄です。私は紅茶には自信がございますので、ティータイムを楽しみにしていらしてくださいね。クッキーを焼くのが趣味でございますので、お茶菓子にもこうご期待をお願いいたします。
Well, I am definitely interested in your cookies. Not!
さすがは同性同士だな。
I'm not gonna touch any of his cookies, like whatsoever.
打ち解け合うのが実に早い。焼けるぞ。
これはお嬢様に嫉妬させてしまい申し訳ございませんでした。お嬢様のお客人をこっそりつまみ食いなどいたしませんよ。それではこれより他の家具どもに再び家具頭に着任いたしましたことを挨拶してまいります。
You're taking your post as head furniture, my ass. You were here from the very beginning, weren't you? It's all just a bunch of boo-ha-has like pretending and fucking with us, as if we don't know any better.
しばしの暇をお許しください。
うん。権限しているのは雑用のヤギどもと儀式役の七姉妹だけだ。
Yeah. You try and say that in red, Beatrice. You try and say that in red.
挨拶も楽に終わろう。
おや、あの賑やかな七姉妹たちですか。やんちゃ娘たちも少しはおしとやかに成長したでしょうか。
あれがおしとやかだってんなら、俺はおしとやかの定義を疑うぜ。
Long story short, they were naughty. Very naughty.
そうでございますか。七姉妹どもとはもうお遊びになられたようですね。その表情から察するに、どうやら相変わらずのやんちゃぶりのようだ。ベアトリーチェ様にお仕えするにふさわしい振る舞いをするようにといつも言っているのに、困った子たちだ。
その意味でなら安心しろよ。実に主にぴったりなふさわしい振る舞いだぜ。
そなたも言うようになったな。しかし会話は相手を認めるということだ。わらわとの雑談に応じるようになったということは、そなたがわらわの存在を徐々に認め始めている証拠。
たとえお天道様が西から昇ることがあろうとも、絶対の絶対絶対お前を魔女だと認定などしねえからな。泣いて俺の靴にキスしたら、もうちょい前向きに検討してやってもいいぜ。
Even if Butler was bluffing, he still spoke forcefully, a fearless expression on his face. Yeah, that's right. Bluff your way to victory. We have to gain more time so that Gumshoe can arrive with the evidence we need and... Wait. The witch and her butler snickered together, realizing that their guest had regained more than enough of his willpower to take on a new game, and that the preparations were complete. After Ronove exchanged a few words with Beatrice, he bowed silently to Butler, scattered into gold butterflies, and the spirit. Yeah, bye! And take your cookies with you. I'm not gonna eat any of those.
賑やかになるのは実に嬉しいことだ。この島にたった一人閉じ込められ、己の力を取り戻せず、 誰に話しかけることもできなかった日々のなんと退屈だったことか。
あの気持ち悪いやつがお前に似合いの執事だってことはよくわかった。だが教えろ、その執事がなぜ今頃になって現れた。権限しているのはヤギと七食いの姉ちゃんたちとかなんとか言ったな。
Yeah, and you expect us to believe that? Pfft, please. In fact, not only do I suspect that guy of secretly being involved in the past two games, but I'm starting to suspect that there was another witch involved. What with the Halloween and the candies and the pumpkin. With the pumpkin accessory that Lambda Delta had on her dress, maybe? Oh yeah, I ain't going back to the good old theories of old. It could be that Lambda Delta is the one responsible for affecting Maria's brain, or possessing her at times. Tell me I'm wrong.
どういう意味だ。
そなたは抗っておるが、わらわはれっきとした魔女だ。魔界に通じ、人ならざるあまたの存在と交流を持っておる。
だろうな。お前の関係にはろくな連中がいねえぜ。ヤギの化け物に太もも姉ちゃんに、そして今度は悪魔の執事と来たわけだ。まさかとは思うが、この調子でまだおかしな連中が増えるってんじゃねえだろうな。
わらわの荘厳なる黄金館に仕える家具どもと、そこへ遊びに来る悪魔たちがどれほどいると思っているのか。まだまだ訪れるぞ。いくらでも現れるぞ。黄金鏡の扉を開き、すべての家具たちを呼び戻し、わらわはこの六軒島に新たなる城を建てるのだ。そして懐かしき友人たちすべてを招き、三日三晩を飲み明かし、踊り明かしてやるつもりよ。
3 days and 3 nights?
無論金蔵の一族たちも招くつもりでいるぞ。
Oh. It'll be a torture Oktoberfest with every human involved.
望めばそなたもな。
つまりこういうことか。お前は長いこと力を失っていたため、そいつらを呼び出せなかったと。それで徐々に魔力が回復してきたため、次々化け物を呼び出せるようになったと。そう言いたいわけか。
そういうことだ。そなたは最後の一戦でこそギリギリ踏みとどまっているが。
I don't believe that. So you're telling me that from the very beginning you couldn't summon anybody. And gradually you keep increasing that number of demons that you can summon. Well, we talked about Gap in the first game, so I don't know about that one. I feel like you had some power of summoning some people. It could very well be possible. It could very well be possible. Or unless some other witches also have the permission to summon some of those 72 demons. Like maybe Lambda Delta could summon Gop if Gop is involved in some of these murders. What with the locked room murders and all that. I don't know.
その心はすでにぐらつき、わらわが魔女であることを否定できずにいる。
I mean, if we are to believe Beatrice, then these are her demons. Why would someone like Lambda Delta have, like, any involvement with the demons? Her or Baron Costello or any other witch. These are Beatrice's demons, and something tells me that Beatrice wouldn't allow any other witch to use her assets and such, so...
その心のぐらつきが、わらわの魔女としての力を少しずつ蘇らせているのだ。
I mean, unless they were in cahoots, like Beatrice and some other witch. I mean, hell, it was plain as day. Like during one of the last tea parties, that Lambda Delta is gonna help Beatrice in beating Baron Castell. Kinda. Something tells me that Lambda Delta is being a little tsundere about Baron Castell, so she's secretly helping Baron Castell as well because she likes Baron and all that. But nonetheless.
あの気色悪い筋が現れたのは俺が屈しかけているからだというのかよ。
そうだ。そなたは少しずつわらわに屈している。前回のゲームではあれほどの屈辱を受けてまでわらわに屈服したではないか。そなたの背中はわらわの足を投げ出すには本当に良いものだったぞ。
畜生。俺はお前を認めさえしなければ現状は維持できると思っていた。だがそれはどうやら誤解だったらしいな。
そうだ。そなたが屈服に近づけば近づくほどゲームはわらわに有利に傾いていく。チェスだってそうであろう。互いのキングを詰め合う過程でわらわたちはさまざまな駒を取り合っている。確かにわらわは未だそなたのキングを追い詰めてはおらぬ。しかしそなたはキングを逃すのに精一杯でいくつもの大駒を失い莫大なアドバンテージを失っておるわ。後の展開がわらわに有利に傾くのは当然のことよ。
くそ。
そなたはおそらくこれからも死に物狂いでわらわのチェックメイトだけからは逃れるだろう。だがその間にもわらわはそなたの大駒を次々に奪っていく。
You know, you keep talking in chess terms, but when you say important pieces, you mean the humans, right? So, what do you mean when you say that you're gonna steal them? Granted, it could simply mean trying to make the humans believe in you, like in every game that we had thus far, but it makes it sound like you mean this like overall, not once per, like, each game separately.
やがてはキング以外の全てを失い、どのような形でも逃れることのかなわぬ本当のチェックメイトを受けることになろう。
Though, okay, maybe she does mean this one game that we're having right here. Like, we're gonna keep avoiding her checkmates during this particular game, and by the time all this is happening, everybody is gonna die, like one by one, just like the other games.
前回そなたは消えを吐いたな。わらわを永遠に認めぬ以上、これはわらわを苛む永遠の拷問だなどと。永遠を語るのは無限の域に達した魔女だけよ。そなたにその資格など初めからないわ。
Butler in a witch outfit. Sounds sexy, but at the same time, that's yabai. Very yabai.